of making film like Jubilee?
I've been an assistant director and I've worked in the film industry. And as a lover of movies, you tend to want to, go deeper into the stories of the people who inhabited the movies and stuff. So I think a lot of it is that. A lot of it is also a period in time. I think the fact that when we thought of an idea like this, that the streaming world was really picking up. We were watching some great series internationally, like whether Game of Thrones or Breaking Bad or House of Cards, and I think or Mad Men. I think that really inspired us to say, okay, we can actually create our own, really big, interesting series about movie makers. So two things kind of came together.
Do you change your notion of working when you direct the younger and when you direct the older?
Not at all. I think the notion of directing stays exactly the same. I think every star, it doesn't matter. Bumbada also, is a big star, but he's like a child on set when you give him the material. I think in every actor, when you've given them good material to chew on and to build on, I think they're all like children on set, and I think they're all wonderful to work with. So everybody's, every actor is different, but I think the excitement level is all the same.
You are a producer and you are also a director. So when you do a film, when you cast for a film, does the producer side overtake your director side? How does it work?
You try not to. I mean, eventually your producer side, if you say that's the practical side of things, like sometimes that's what happens. So the producer side, yes, there's a certain practicality that comes in where you're like, okay, I need to be able to, I can't be so dogmatic about a certain something. As you start to become a little bit more efficient as a producer, that's also my training as an assistant director. So I don't really know what it is, whether it's the producer or the assistant director who's taking those decisions. I think as a director, you want a character and script is everything. I think as a producer, you tend to be a little bit more pragmatic about the solution. So I think it's come together quite nicely on this.
So Sacred Games has a huge success, and the way in which OTT platform is coming up. Do you think that the filmmaking or producing in the current scenario in India is still becoming difficult in this current political scenario, and OTT is coming up as a more liberal space?
In a sense, we've been used to the idea of censorship in the movies, at least in the censor board for the theatrical version. I think then we know how to work within that system. I think the OTT system is a little newer, and therefore we're working in a newer system. But it'll take time to settle down eventually to what it will be. I don't think it's liberal. I don't think you can say liberal in terms of that OTT is liberal in terms of content, in the sense that yes, there is a little bit more sexuality. There's a little bit more language, the use of language that you can be a little bit more liberal with. But I think the content is still, staying in a safe-ish kind of space. What is interesting is that yes, the variety of things that you can do right now on OTT is what is interesting. You can make a series about people in a village, all the way to something like Jubilee, all the way to something like Patal Lok or Made in Heaven or FOMO shots. So there's so many things that you can do. So I think the liberal feeling comes from the variety of stories that you can end up telling. And that's very nice. That's very nice to be able to say you can make a 10-part series that's almost hour-long episodes. You can also make a comedy series which is 30-minute episodes that are 6 parts. So you can pretty much do anything right now.
We know the popularity of action films and thriller. Are we going to see Chakra in live action?
Chakra, wow, I haven't thought of that for a long time now. I don't know, but I am very keen on doing action films for the screen. I feel that that's something that I want to really do. I'm working on some of that stuff.
With the popularity of South Indian film, does the way in which Bollywood is seeing films or creating films has changed?
I think yes. Of recent past, I think there's been this thing of let's go and remake a lot of South Indian films. But because we've seen that not all of them are working. Once in a while, one or two of them will work, and then the rest of them won't work. So, I think it's a fad. I think it'll eventually go away. I mean, again, I'm just hoping. I'm hoping that Bollywood eventually goes out to actually write new original stories with new original writers for an audience. And hopefully, let's see.
In your Jubilee, when we are watching the trailer, there's a mention of choosing actor and being actor and star. So when you are director or a producer, how do you choose actor or star?
Every star is an actor at heart, I think, and that's the truth. No matter how big a star you are, if you can't be excited on the day of shooting as an actor, then you're not really a star. You know what I mean? So you don't choose. I think you just choose. Yes, having a star like Bumbada or like Aditi is important for the project, but also because they cast very well for those specific roles, and I think that's why one has cast them. But honestly, on set they're all the same.
Thank you.
Thanks.